Brought to you by Romo Athletics and powered by the Raw Athletic Booster Club. I'm your host, Tom Brown. Today, we got head wrestling coach for the Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs, Marty Hauck.
Hey, thank you.
Coach, man, thanks for being here, man. Exciting time, man. I can't believe we're already here at the end of the season.
I know,
man.
it's like you blink and we're here at the state series and we're in the middle of getting ready to go to state. We're excited and, you know, a lot of changes, a lot of things have went on throughout the year, right? And you look back and it's just like, man, that time flew by because you're having fun.
Yeah, I was just amazed. We had talked about it. I caught one of the early matches that you had, the assembly at school, which was kind of a real cool event, and I love that. And I know we talked to, maybe we can get one up on the stage next year.
That's
oh my gosh, I mean, such a cool event, having all the kids there and the thing. And I was able to grab a couple of kids at the matches and kind of talk to them. So I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, here we are. Went through districts. We got some qualifiers. And for the boys, it was kind of a big change. They had to jump up to Class 4, the larger size. And what was the impact of that? I know we had fewer qualifiers than the previous year, but what was it like having to jump up to Class 4?
Well, you know, I mean, it shows that our schedule's there. All year we've been hearing, oh, you're going to get nobody to qualify, or, you know, it's such a big jump. It's such a big, you know, extreme, amount of talent at Class 4, and bigger schools, bigger numbers, those things. I mean, we saw Eureka, Lindbergh, Lafayette, CBC. I mean, those were all in our district, right? And just some powerhouse schools. And, you know, we competed right with them. We were right with them. We're sitting 5 on the guys' side. You know, we had 2 more that were right on that bubble, right on that edge. We had one that was winning by 7 with 30 seconds to go. Right. And in that heartbreak round. And unfortunately, he got that heartbreak, and I just got out of position. And that's the beauty and the beast of the sport.
So that's what there was a couple I thought had advanced. And also when I was going back through the list, I was like, whoa. I thought they were there, but, they were just kind of progressing through. But still, you got to be happy with again, having the 5 kids, 2 of them being freshmen, first time experience at the state tournament.
Definitely. And you're going up a level, right? I mean, it definitely is an upper level for sure, without a doubt. But it also shows the strength of our schedule. Our schedule really, because we didn't change our schedule. The only thing that we changed in our schedule was we lost the conference tournament because we don't have conference anymore. And so we lost that. And then we were snowed out of a tournament and we switched to another tournament. And other than those 2 events that happened, nothing else changed. So it tells us that we had the right schedule for Class 3 for sure, and Class 4, obviously. So you're going to send more of your wrestling Class 4 schools all year long. You should send more in Class 3, so. We'll see. But like I said, it was exciting. Kids did extremely well all year. I mean, the guys came out 16-4. The females came out 12-2.
Nice.
Our women's team had a great season as well. We had over 100 kids in the room again. And so it's exciting to see that,
So let's talk a little bit about what was there any surprises this season? I mean, did the freshmen, the 2 freshmen on the boys' side, let's see, RJ Wynn and Carter Libhart, were those surprises to come up there? Because RJ just flat out said, he goes, I didn't expect to get there. and he's like, got there. Where Carter's like, I was on it. I'm on it. I was getting there.
Well, we have one rule, and our rule is be available. And so that means your grades are in check, your skin's in check, you're at weight, you're at practice, like all of those things are there. And RJ's definitely a symbol of that, right? Because he was available. He got the call the day of, hey, you're in the district lineup. It's time to go. And he came out and he shined, and hats off to him. I'm super excited for him. It showed his work throughout the entire season, coming in as a freshman, and then to punch your ticket to go to state. That's exciting time, and it's exciting for him. But it shows how good our room is as well, right? It shows how good our room is. And so, as far as surprises are since we've added junior high wrestling, Coach Braidlow, and this year, Coach Perkins took that over. Coach Hewlett was there, and Coach Hewlett jumped up, and he's on the varsity staff now full time. And so, Coach Jameson had it a few years ago. And so to see the progression of the junior high program, it's obviously developing and it's growing. We had about 70 kids in the junior high program this year in 7th and 8th grade. I don't think that they lost. I know that every tournament they went to, they had tons and tons of placers. I know right now they transferred into our youth club program. But once again, we've got over 400 kids in our program. Kindergarten through 12th grade, over 400 kids participating in wrestling. It's exciting. It's great. It's growing. Our youth club and the things that they're doing is unbelievable. They're still in here. They got districts coming up this weekend after our state, and then their state's the following weekend. And we plan on sending kids there. And then we've also got kids that are getting ready to go to Las Vegas to the U.S. Open with me in March, and try out for the national team. So we've got, for the first time, some of our U15 or junior high kids that are trying to make a world team. And so we haven't crossed that bridge yet, but it's coming.
That's exciting. And we were talking beforehand, your experience on the world stage, on the national stage is as an instructor, as a coach, or coaching the coaches, it's got to pay off for these kids too. As they're coming through the process, you can add to some of that what's expected and from your own personal experiences.
Sure, I think so. And not just that, I think they also get direct feedback because, I've got tons of interviews and tons of these things, conversations, tons of videos of practices that I'm running worldwide with Olympians and, national team members and people that they understand, and they're wrestling for University of Iowa, or they're wrestling, wherever, Michigan. And then all of a sudden they come out and, and then wait a minute, oh, we're learning a move from them. They're not learning it from Coach Hauck. They're learning it from, Kennedy Blades or whoever it is. And so it definitely has an impact on them, I feel. At the same time, it also allows our coaches to grow because I'm learning how to coach our coaches a little bit better as well. And that only makes the program grow and develop. Same thing from the youth level all the way through.
So, yeah, when that's able to trickle down, work on that feeder program coming up.
Yeah. And then you expect to send 10 kids to state, right? Then there's an expectation, it's not a matter of, are we going to or there? Like, whenever I came in, it was always, oh, how many do you think we're going to get? Or do you think we're going to send anybody to state? Or do you think we're going to medal? Well, no, now we expect it, right? We expect it. And so that's what we want. We're heading in the right direction.
So look at that. We got Caden Kinder, returning state champion. Now, he was at 150 pounds in the class 3 last year. Now he's jumped up to 157. Probably a little more comfortable weight for him, I would assume.
Sure.
But again, with that, you're always dealing with the chance of dealing with the bigger guys, right? When it comes to that weight day. So I know he has high expectations. Third year in a row winning district. For him.
3-time district champ, 4-time state qualifier. Yeah, he's chasing many of our records. So,
that's exciting for him as well. Then you got Jack and Carson Mickham, Jack Mrazowitz and Carson Mickham, both heading back to the state tournament as well. And I know they got high expectations as well.
Obviously we definitely do for them. Jack's had an unbelievable season. This year he just didn't want to worry about weight and just had fun, and you could tell his mental side and just everything, his athleticism. I mean, multi-sport athlete. You look at Caden Kinder, you go through our history with Hayden Fain and, Blaine Shackley, go all the way back to Blaine Shackley and our state champions, Nate Pulliam, all multi-sport athletes.
Big golfer.
Big golfer, right? That's right. Yes. Yes, he played soccer and golf in high school. And I was state qualifier in golf as well. And, was a district champion in soccer, and we went into regionals. I mean, he saw the big showcase, in every sport. And but it's the same thing. You look at Jack and you look at Carson and those guys. Carson, multi-sport athlete. He ran cross country previously, and you watch those guys and bring that competitive drive in here. It's so fun. It's so fun to watch. And Jack was losing a match in his quarters at districts, right? He's losing pretty significantly. He's kind of dinged up a little bit, and then all of a sudden, like, light switches on. And it's time, like his competitive drive. He's got 20 seconds left to go. Throws a kid, puts him on his back, pins, and the next thing you know, we're in the semifinals. And now it's like, hey,
I got goosebumps. I was watching that there. I was telling Jackie, I got watching the video of it, and I'm on my couch. I cramped up because I was like going with him, trying to help flip the guy.
Right, of course.
I was like, oh my god, it was so exciting.
No, it's exciting, and that's what this sport does, man. It's so fun, and it teaches us about life, and to never give up. I always tell the kids, don't give up 1 second before the miracle happens. Serenity Tilford did that in her district, in her district match as well. She was losing 6-1, and then all of a sudden we got 20 seconds. We do a drill called 1820s here, where they do 20 rounds or 18 rounds of 20-second live goes, put them in intense situations. They're tired, and that's right where she was. That's where both of them were, about 20 seconds on the clock, down, you're up against the wall. What are you going to do? And went back to our go-to, went back to our match plan, executed it, and it comes out on top.
So as a coach, that's got to be extra rewarding when it's one thing. I mean, obviously, you take pride in your kids and coming through and seeing the success they have, but it's when it's things like that, because putting them in position for the habits, the mental habits, as well as the physical habits, the drill work, and then see it pay off and translate, because it doesn't just trigger them, it triggers everybody else. Because you can go back, did you see that? Did you see what we just did? That's why you do it. And everyone else is now, they're like, okay, I got you. I'm bought in next time. I'm bought in next time.
Exactly, 100%. And that's all we can do as a coach, right? Is try to give them the best position. We don't get to wrestle for them. If we could, I'd love it. I'd get them to the finals every year, let the smoke and the flames and the lights out and say, okay, it's your show, But that's not what we get to do, right? And so the only thing we can do is put them in the best case scenario and the best position possible. We allow these athletes to choose. It's their match. It's not our match. So they get to choose position. When the ref flips the coin and you know, whether we get to choose, whether it's our choice or the opponent's choice, when it comes ours, they get to choose. We're preparing them right now in practice. What are you working on? What do we need to do? You know, each match is different, and each match could change, but they have an idea going in. This is what we're going to do. This is our plan. You know, and so then we give them two choices. Like, hey, we're going to go down or neutral or whatever the case is for that particular match, and then they make the choice.
Nice. So, I like that. Put it up to them.
Yeah, because it's theirs, right? It's theirs. We don't. It's you know, we don't get to do it. Exactly. But I get the best seat in the house.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. I bet. So let's look at the girls' side then. Yep. So you got 5 qualifiers. Yep. How many? What's the most we've ever had?
We've said 7 previously, and so you know, like I said, this group of girls did outstanding. Same thing. We had a couple on the bubble, right? You know, I mean, we had Kylie. She wrestled awesome all year long. And came up short. She was winning 11-0 on hers, right? And just got out of position one little thing, and that's you know, the beast of the sport. But she did absolutely outstanding. So definitely, you know, super proud of her. But you know, these girls coming out, we've got 3 of them returning. You know, 3 of them are 3-time qualifiers, been there before. You know, you look at Delaney and Kaylee, both of them. They've been on the blood round. They've been right on that edge. And so to watch them punch the ticket, and it was funny because even Delaney, when she punched her ticket to go to state, I was like, hey, you made it state. And she was like, I know. Like, she expected it. Yeah. She knew she should have been there previously, right? And had made a mistake earlier. And now hats off to her. She overcame that. And, you know, this is a mental thing. So like you were talking about working on, we do a lot of mental work in here, a lot of mental work. Because it is a grind. It is a long season, you know, on your body and mentally as well. And, you know, there's many days where we don't see sunlight, you know, and that affects you. So,
well, that was Delaney was talking about that, and she was afterwards. She was like, "Okay, who's my next match?" She was like, she's still locked in, wanted to go to that next one, and had that confidence, which you like to see. And I asked each of the people that had been there before to share what would they recommend, what do they learn, or what would you share with the new people coming in. There was some great stuff. You had the, hey, treat it as any other tournament. Hey, don't say quit. They used some of the phrases that you guys would talk about, and then also was like, just don't worry about it. Just wrestle. Just do your thing. You know what to do and go. You had mindset. Thought too much about I'm going to state versus just I'm wrestling. So yeah, I love that, and I love that they're able to share some of that as well.
Well, the hard part as a coach is we can't put more pressure on them, right? And it's they put pressure on themselves, because if they don't care about it, then there's no pressure there.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
But they do care about it, and they care about it a lot, and they've worked extremely hard, and they don't want to let anybody down. And a lot of them, they've made that comment over, multiple times. And we always tell them, like, your parents, your friends, they're not going to love you more or less, whether you win or lose. Like, It's not about the win or loss. We just want to go see you compete. And, when you talk to Olympians and when you talk to these guys, like, they just want the opportunity to compete. The opportunity is you can't take it for granted. If we get injured in practice, that opportunity is taken away. So we got to, not take it for granted.
Well, we used, when I do the football announcing or basketball announcing, or now my middle son does the announcing, and finish off everything with, hey, there's only 6 words to be said to your player tonight. I love to watch you play. And it's essentially the same thing here. It's like, hey, those parents there to watch you compete and just enjoy the experience.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. And they, we've got great parents that are really, really supportive. They've been all year. They take care of the food tables. The food tables are unbelievable.
But I'm like waiting to see some of that. Like, hey, you faxing that up for me?
Right. Well, it's funny because we've been to tournaments so many times, and our community is just unbelievable outpouring, and we're so blessed, the community that we live in, and the way that they support us, and the way that the Booster Club supports us, and we've got so many people that are pouring into our program, and that's why it's doing well. But we go to tournaments, and they referees and everybody sees our food table, and they're like, "Is this a concession stand?" And we're like, "No, this is our food table." Like, and there's like, and so people are just so envious and jealous of what we have, because we do have something special here. Our community pours into us to take care and to fuel our athletes, and our parents are willing to go do all the extra work that it takes to put that together and show up on time for weigh-ins. They don't have to be there, because weigh-ins are usually about an hour and a half before we actually wrestle. So that means the parents there 2 hours before at least to get things set up. So that way we weigh in and the food's ready, and so, not enough credit or thanks goes out to them enough.
That's great. That's great. They're all going to be watching on this tonight. So they'll be able to take a look at that. So that's always kind of a good thing. Hey, before we wind down, I just want to recognize a couple of our sponsors that we use. We got Angie Reese, MVP Apparel. She does a lot of Bulldog gear. Got the Inside the Huddle gear here. Appreciate everything she does. We got Dan Collier. He's not just a good neighbor, he's a great neighbor. Appreciate everything He's always on that football chain gang too. Phelps County Bank, 100% employee owned. Bulldog fans by night, even though they're bankers by day. So appreciate them. Kobe Wands, Wand Skills Academy. Never did the wrestling. Could have, man. He's been a good one.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, but he's basketball guy, Seminole State for there. Does a lot of great work. And in full bloom, man. We were just there. We had a couple college signings yesterday, and Jackie Mrazowitz did her stuff out there. Always does a great job. Appreciate everything that she does. So I got a question before we go. One final question. When you're in Columbia for these state events that you go to, because it's every year we're getting there, what's your favorite place to eat if you get able to sneak out by yourself?
Well, I don't. I'm always with the team. It's all about them. Okay. And so they choose where we go. Okay. So it sounds like right now it's either going to be Texas Roadhouse. Okay. The guys are leaning there. The girls are leaning towards Cheddar's. Okay. So I don't know where they're going to take me. All right. Now, we do have a tradition. This goes back to when I first came here. And we have championship pizza is what we call it. Okay. And so we go to Shakespeare's. Yes, and we go to Shakespeare's, but whoever's wrestling that championship match, they don't get to eat right then because we don't want that sitting on their stomach. We don't train like that. We don't practice that. So they get the championship pizza is the cold pizza that's been in the box, that's been inside the truck or the car. While they're wrestling their championship match on the way home, they get the cold leftover championship pizza. And so that's traditionally, if you say that's state wrestling, we're going to Shakespeare's championship pizza on the way home when it's cold and it's sat in that car. Probably not the healthiest, right? But that could be a cold pizza. That could be I was going to say, it's warm this weekend. Right. That's right. Yeah, no, it's fun because the families come together and everybody goes there, and then we go get ready to go win a championship, and hopefully we can bring back to back. For Caden, he's in a good spot, very confident there, and we've got several others that are going to make a really great run. And a lot of possibilities of some champions coming out of here.
Well, that's exciting, man. I mean, best luck to you and the squad, the team. And the thing, what I know is it's going to be a great experience for them. Win, lose, whatever, they're all going to be better for being up there with you and the staff and the parents, everything that goes on up there. I know it's just a great event and a great experience for the kids. So thanks for everything you've been doing here for Bulldog Wrestling, supporting all this stuff.
And our staff. Our staff is unbelievable. It's all of the assistant coaches. We've got in Taylor Hamball, she returned back to us. We got Melissa Perkins came in, of course, Sean Sachs and, Kyle Meyer is unbelievable as well. And, and then you got Jesse Hewlett came up with us. And then obviously our junior high staff with, from Pete Morris and, Sidwell and those guys as well, jumping in to help Coach Braylow. It's been unbelievable.
That's awesome. Incredible. Best of luck to you this weekend. Friday it starts. The march in is at 1 o'clock for the ladies. Boys are 5:45, wrestling around 6. Good luck for this weekend. Let's go. Let's bring home some medals.
Awesome. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Appreciate it. All right. From inside the huddle to the heart of the game, we'll see you next time.